First off, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those apostles and elders from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways, preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, this is your brother Dawad Bar from the branch of GMS here in Chicago, coming right back at you with a little lesson in, so much stuff has been happening over the last couple of weeks. The bombing of Iran. You got Trump talking shit to Spain. How they not talking about trading with them anymore. You got the Strait of Hormuz, if I'm saying that right. The products, the oil and stuff that come out of there. What is it, like 33 miles of stretch of water, where the canal where you got a lot of products, a lot of oil that comes from there, and they talking about how bad it is over there. Now, here's the other point. You got Trump's talking about he's going to send Navy over there to guide the ships and to, I guess, guard the ships or whatever the case may be. But here's the point, too. No one's talking about the Lords of London, London of Lords. I forgot how you say it. They talking about not insuring the cargo and the stuff that's over there. So can you imagine, the trouble that could cause if ships are not leaving there? I think anywhere between 20 to 140 barrels or 140 million barrels of oil leave there per day. Something to that fact. And a few places that's going to be affected is what? China, Japan, a few surrounding countries. So you got to think about this, man. And that goes just as well for us, man, because when it's always a domino effect. When one thing get hurt, a lot of things get hurt. You talk about oil prices going up. You talking about us not trading with people and stuff like that. That causes a lot of problems, man, when it comes to food, when it comes to gas, when it comes to shipping, when it comes to people delivering. Gas prices go up, guess what? That's more money out of people's pocket, And it got me to think about a couple of scriptures, and I really want to quote them. Revelations, 6 and 5, where it says, a shekel's wage, or a denarius, a penny's wage, which goes into the what? The denarius, which was an ounce, a silver coin back in the Roman times. That was a day's wage. Can you imagine paying a day's wage for something today? Some people make what, $100, $130, $140, even $200 a day. Can you imagine paying a day's wage for a loaf of bread, for a gallon of milk, for a gallon of gas? Man, that's devastating. But hey, shit can happen, man. Things right now are getting real terrible now, How you doing? And I was thinking about the other scripture in 2 Esdras 6 and 22, talking about the sown places, in the storehouses, going to be empty. Those storehouses, and that's talking about food. A lot of things could be, not necessarily, you might be missing a lot of products, but not only that, the cost of these things going up. That's going to cause a lot of people. And I know brothers quote it all the time, like people are just 3 meals away from anarchy, from causing havoc. Can you imagine? It kind of reminds me of what Alex Jones said. What was that? Maybe last year? Roughly a year ago or so, where he said, hey, he'll eat his neighbor. Hey, man, hey, cannibalism is coming back. A lot of motherfuckers going to be eating people. That Lamentations, what, 4? No, Lamentations, what is that? Is it 4 or 2? Where it says the meat, I think it might be 2. Where it says it's best to be slain by the sword than by hunger. And then, the women made the children their meat in that day. They boiled them, cooked them. That's coming back. I think it's either Lamentations 2 or 4. I can't remember which one. But either way it goes, man. Brother Zay, we got to stay prayed up, man. That Isaiah 33 and 6 comes to mind, and that's one of my favorite go-to scriptures, man, when it just comes to, hey, that's going to be our stability in the time. But a lot of things can happen, man, during this time, man. And this all stemmed from a conversation I had at work. Somebody mentioned a lot of things to me about the Iran situation, and they were talking about Trump and, you know, a few things that's been going on, and they sit up there and said, man, you know, no telling what can happen. You know, they even brought up a little bit of insurrection, man, no telling how people might act. And that's facts. You know, the days ahead, man, hey, it could be, hey, the times ahead could be really, really rough, man, you know, with what's going on in the world. You know, and hey, I just sit up here and was just thinking about it. It was just a little something to speak on, you know, while I was walking home. You know, the day, it's not that bad out here, but it's not that, no, it's not that warm out here, but you know, it's decent, you know, and it's just, you know, I was sitting up here thinking about the conversation I had to work with a few people, and this just gave me a chance just to walk home and, you know, say, you know, do a quick lesson and say a few things about, hey, what the apostle coined the phrase of this year, the year of the apostates, and I can't remember everything, but the year of the apostates and was the false pastors and preachers and stuff. So, you know, and Salakia if I messed that all up, but still. And that's been happening too. You've been getting a lot of these fake ass Israelite groups and pastors that's been getting exposed a lot lately. You know, that dude Drewski been making a lot of films about, you know, and mocking people, but hey, some of the stuff he say has been on point, you know. But he a nigga and he gonna be destroyed. But either way it goes, some of the skits and stuff he did, whether it be funny or not, has been on point. So, but either way it goes, you know, we sit up here and see what's happening. We sit up here and still and stay sharp, preach this truth, you know, do the things that we need to do to get our salvation. What is that? 2 Peter 1:10, you know, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, ye shall not fall. So, hey, man, hey, look, there's many things going on in the world, man. Let's stay diligent, you know, and pray for more faith and pray that the Lord have mercy on us, man, because things could go south real quick. Shit could hit the fan at any given time, you know, and when it do, ain't no turning back, man. It's already there, but I'm saying when you see it, when people truly be up here in fear and pain and suffering, ain't no turning back, man, once that happens. The famine of the word, you know, so hey, you know, bros, just make sure we stay focused and do the things that we need to do. And, you know, and like I said, I'm kind of all over the place, but, you know, hey, things are just picking up. So, hey, with that, I'm gonna sit up here, you know, I'm almost at the house, you know. I'm gonna sit up here and, you know, just say, hey, look, man, stay focused, bros. Things could pick up real quick. Hey, keep our mind on the kingdom, man. Be kingdom minded. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakodash. Double honors to those apostles and elders from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways, preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers, pray for each other, because we're almost up out of here. So with that, I'd like to say Kwam Yasharella and a Baba Ball. And Anya Habatham Alakim. Shalom.